Hey, it's Amelia. I am refilming my birthday haul that I did last Sunday. I think it's been about a week. Basically the footage got deleted on accident. I'm switching apps that I use to save my photos and videos on, so I'm hoping that won't happen again. Because I've spent a week doing my makeup with my birthday makeup, this is going to be different than that video because I'm going to have actual commentary other than, oh, this looks pretty, or oh, I'm excited to use this. So, and I also have swatch comparisons of what I already have. In case you're wondering, I'm going to talk about what I did with my eyes today, but on my lips I'm wearing Bite Beauty Kava, which is this color. The first thing I'm going to talk about is what I'm not keeping. And that sounds like kind of rude or like strange, but I'm going to explain why. But I just want to show you what I'm not going to keep. I went to get the Ulta birthday gift, and I mainly wanted to just try out this mask, but if it looks like I'm not looking at the camera, I'm trying to see if I can make sure it stays focused. I don't have a viewfinder, but the thing I have my phone on is reflective in the back, so I can kind of see if it's focusing. And then it comes to this lip oil, and I realized that this is a one-time use thing. I thought it was like something you could reuse and like reapply stuff to it, and like that might be cool, but I don't know, I'm just not interested anymore now that I know it's like a one-time use mask. This is one of those products for me where I look at it and I'm like, I want to try this out. I want to see what the consistency is like, but I don't want to consistently use this. It's a juice-infused lip oil. It's just like, it's not the color I want, and if it comes out clear, then I still don't want it. And it's cranberry and pomegranate, and I don't tend to like either of those things, so I just decided to give this to my friend. If she gets a birthday gift this year from Ulta that she doesn't like, maybe I'll like swap, but I'm just going to give it to her now when I see her next. And then I received these two Sephora palettes. I don't want to go in depth about the situation of this, like how I got them, but basically someone in my family who I care a lot about, who I never really see because all of my family sort of lives far apart, aside from immediate family. So I don't see this person, but I care about them, and they're in a situation where they don't have a lot financially. So for them to, backtrack, this is not a birthday gift. They had palettes they didn't want that they wanted to send me, and they were going to do this for a while, but because of circumstances that I'm not comfortable sharing because it's not my life or my business, but because of something financially that happened, they weren't able to afford to mail these out. So it just so happened that by the time they were capable of mailing these out to me, it arrived on my birthday. So these are kind of birthday gifts, but not really. This one, the one I really wanted to keep was the middle one, but I have other colors like it, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to keep that. I'm just going to give the whole thing to my friend. And then this one, I feel really bad. So it looks really messed up because I was using it wet. I don't know how to hold this. These are baked shadows. I've never had baked shadows before. I tried them all dry, like I was playing with them doing my makeup. After like the end of the day, I took my makeup off and was using it, and I found that they only work well wet. But the problem is they get really messy. When you're using them wet, you can really easily dent them. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Like, they look deformed. And then this purple, even when wet, it's not very good. So I was happy to use these because especially there's a taupe in here I like, but it's like, basically it's a palette of lid shades, except you can use, I think, this one and this one in the crease, maybe this middle one. You can make them work as crease shades, but I like them better on the lid. It's a very pretty palette. but I feel like there's probably better big shadows on the market. And because of everything else I got for my birthday, I made the decision it's okay that I'm going to be giving those away to somebody else. And like, I used them and I enjoyed them, but it made me feel better to get rid of them. And as soon as I got them, I was like, oh, I wish I could donate these, because I can just tell they're not something I would want in my permanent collection, because they're just not known for being super amazing quality. And I could tell that they were just going to be basic shimmers for me, which I have enough of. So I'm just going to get into gifts. The first thing I got was these earrings. They were from a boutique where the woman who owns it gets everything she sells by going to these, I know there's like shows, but then there's also, I don't know how it works, but like there's these events where people who have shops will go there and buy them and then bring them to their either physical or online location and sell them. So I don't know what like brands these are. I got a Versace perfume and a Pacifica perfume. This one's not cruelty free, but it's my favorite scent ever, so I'm not gonna say no to that. This one I paid for, but I got a $10 off coupon at Ulta, so I ended up paying like $13 for this. I went to Sephora and picked up the Bite birthday gift set. I'm gonna swatch these, but so far I've tried the lip scrub and the lip balm, and they're nice. I don't know if I'd pay full price for them, but they're not bad. I don't think I've ever really had a lip scrub before. I've had like body scrubs, but I'm not a lip scrub kind of person. And then I have a lip balm I like, so they're not bad. This is the lip crayon in Glacé. This color doesn't match what it looks like. This looks more like Kava. If you can see, it's like, I don't know. It's like really dark in comparison to this. It looks okay on me. I'm not a fan of dark lips unless it's Thistle, which is like the darker version of Kava, so it's very cool toned. And then I think this is the regular Amuse Bouche one in Chai. That's a pretty decent amount, I think. And that's like kind of like a dark red almost. I didn't love that one on me either. So getting into the makeup gifts, I'm going to do lips first. I got the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in Ludwig. It might be pronounced Ludwig or something like that, but I'm pretty sure it's Ludwig, or at least that's how I say it. There's a lot of traffic, and there's like my roommates doing what the fuck ever, so sorry about that. Something I like about these is, I think it's this one, they deepen when you put a second layer on, and they're thin enough that you can do that without it looking strange. Some people don't like this formula, but I feel like this is the best one I've tried. So, I don't know what to say about that. But to compare it to what I already have, I have Anastasia Stripped. I don't know if you're able to see the color through the tube, but the Anastasia ones look a lot lighter in the tube than they do once they go on the lips. They kind of all start to look the same. So, that one's right here, the Anastasia. And then I have Bite Whip in the liquefied lipstick. Oh shit. I'm so stupid. Look what I did. I like missed. Okay. Cool. Now it's just everywhere. Okay, so Kat Von D, Anastasia, Bite. I think the Bite and the Kat Von D are the closest. And then those two weren't ones that I got for my birthday. Those I just had. I put a second layer of the Kat Von D. It's not dry yet, but I think it looks even closer to the Bite one. So yeah. I like all of those fall under the brown that's almost too orange for me, but it's not orange enough that I don't like it. But there are other things that I prefer in sort of in a lip color family range, so I completely forgot to talk about this brush. I hope you're gonna be able to see. This is the number 11 Hourglass smudge brush. It's dirty right now, so I think you can even see the glitter in it. This is really good for the lower lash line, and I really enjoy it. And I've been using this instead of my other small eye brushes, so yeah, I'm really happy with this. And hopefully if I do another Get Ready With Me, I can show you exactly how I use it. Everything else is going to be eyeshadow. The first thing I opened when I got my gifts was a wrapped of 4 single eyeshadows. So the first one I got is the Kat Von D, I think they're called the Metal Crush eyeshadows. This one is in Synergy, which is a brown. Super pretty. This has 0.1 ounces, I believe. 0.1 ounces. So it's double the size of a regular single shadow. It is 2.8 grams. So I'm really happy with that. It's a huge eyeshadow, and I love brown. When I wore it on, it actually had a little more bronze to it than brown. It had a little more orange overtones, like shimmer reflectiveness. But I think it can be layered to show more brown. Then I got 3 Urban Decay single shadows. The first one I got was Midnight Rodeo. They aren't going to look new because I've been using them. They look more true to color once you've used them a little bit. I'm sorry if this looks weird. I don't know how to hold these so you can see. It's like a shimmery taupe with glitter. I like their glitter formula. So this one, the glitters are a little looser, so they fall off more, but I don't mind. That's a bad place to swatch it. I don't know why I did that. So that one is over here. For some reason I did it like that. Whatever, okay. The next one I got was Easy Baked, which is like a light gold. It's somewhere between satin and shimmer. It doesn't have glitter in it. And this one's really soft. Now that I've let the Kat Von D one dry down, it's a lot darker, if you can see. That's here, Easy Baked. I don't know why I'm swatching like this, but I think it's really pretty. I would swatch it with Half Baked, but I don't know where my palette is. It's in my drawer somewhere. So I ranted a lot about how Ulta was giving out Midnight Cowboy in a full size for birthday gifts, and they were going to give me like a primer or some stupid shit like that. So I was really mad, so I put it on my wish list, and I got it. So I'm a little annoyed that I had to get it from someone who had to pay, even with a discount, like basically almost full price, when other people got it for free, but whatever. This is similar to Midnight Rodeo, and it's a glitter infused shimmer, which I personally enjoy, but I don't like mattes with glitter in them because it's stupid. But here's that. Again, I don't know why I'm choosing to swatch like this, and I don't even know if you can see, but it's basically a light pink. It sort of falls in the same color family as like Urban Decay Sin or Urban Decay Midnight Cowgirl. Similar to ABH Vermeer or Viseart number 1 in the shimmers for the Cashmere Theory palette, so maybe it's number 4. Just like a pale pink shimmer. I really liked it. I'm just annoyed I had to have someone pay money for it when I could have gotten it for free. Next, I got 3 of the Stila Glitter and Glow Magnificent Metals liquid eyeshadows. This one says Magnificent Metals on it, and these two only say Glitter and Glow. So I think when they added new ones to the line, they cut the Magnificent Metals part. This is Smoky Storm, Bronzed Belle, and Diamond Dust. I am wearing Diamond Dust today. I think it's really beautiful. I'm going to swatch this one, and then I'm going to explain to you why I'm not swatching the other ones. Yeah, so this one just says Glitter and Glow, and the differences with the ones that don't say Magnificent Metals is there's text on every side, whereas the other ones will only have it. I don't know why I'm swatching it when it's on my eye, but there's that. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I think it's really pretty. If you're concerned about fallout, I do my face makeup after, and I don't really see, there's glitter, but then it's not because when it applies it falls, it's because if I'm, like, say I'm cleaning up in my crease with a brush like this, and I'm going in and I'm making sure it's not in my crease, this will flake glitters off. And I'm gonna demonstrate why glitter falls out with this in a second, but this is Smoky Storm, which I really like, but I haven't used yet. I've swatched my friends, so that's how I know I like it. But on this one you can see there's nothing on these two sides with the text. This is a really pretty color, but I already have Diamond Dust open and Smoldering Satin, which I've had since this summer. If I open all of these and start using them and leave them like in my collection not being used, they're all gonna dry out. So I'm not opening that one, and I'm not opening Bronzed Belle, and I might even return this one because it is a lot more orange, like true bronze, than I really want. And I didn't expect to get all of them, and my mom actually thought that these were lip products, so she didn't mind getting me 3 of them along with everything else I'm getting. So okay, so this is dry. So if you touch your finger to it, it's not dry actually. This one's dry. So if you touch one that's wet, you're gonna get glitter on it. This one, if I run my finger along, a little bit comes off, but if I am trying to clean up the crease, and let me see how I can, if I'm just like, if you go over like that, glitter is going to, I don't know if it's going to focus, but I think you can probably tell from the reflect of the light. There's a fuzz in it. Should I be a beauty guru for a second? I don't know if that helps. Glitter will come off, and like, it's gonna flake everywhere. So, and now that I've done that, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but there's glitter everywhere. There's glitter in the air. When I go like this, glitter comes out. It's just, if you are touching any area where the glitter is with a brush, it is going to go on your face. That's just how it is. And the way I apply it is, so I put it down on my lid, and then I take a flat synthetic brush like this Urban Decay one, and I blend it out. If you're doing that, that's also going to have glitter fall out. But the thing for me is, if I'm putting makeup on top, it's either going to get brushed away, sponged away, or it's going to go under the makeup. So it doesn't really show. And for me, if I'm wearing glitter all over my eyes, I don't mind getting glitter where my highlight would go. I sort of feel like I understand wanting glitter to go only where you want it, but for me, I feel like if you're gonna do glitter, like everything glitter. Like that's how I envision it, so I don't mind the fallout, and I don't find it noticeable. I think it's definitely going to be noticeable if you do your face makeup first, because every little speck that could be wiped away or brushed away or whatever is going to be there. Whereas I can clean up underneath after I do my eye makeup and then do my face makeup, and then there's like no glitter. I'm not sure if this is completely dry, but like, say this is the side that I want to blend out, and I start going like this, like glitter is going to come off, and it's going to end up all here and in the brush, so it's going to end up here on the face. And I don't think that looks bad, but I'm talking about the silver, and Smoldering Satin has silver glitter also. There may be some where the glitter is not a color that would be flattering as a face highlight, and then that might be an issue. But for me, it's not that I like that there's some glitter fallout, but I think it doesn't look bad and I kind of like it. But it's not like I'm going out of my way looking for glitter that's going to end up on my face. The last gift that I got was really exciting. And I have a lot of thoughts already, but I want to say this before I show you what it is. I can't review this until I've used it. If I was watching Ruby Rouge talk about her Viseart eyeshadows in a palette declutter, and she talked about how she had to learn to love them, or just in general, you learn to love them over time, which is very true, because when you first use Viseart mattes, you're like, these are really basic and they don't really seem to do anything different. I don't know why people are raving about this and hyping it up. And it seems really disappointing. But then you use it more and you use other shadows, and then you start to notice there's a difference in how blendable they are. Anastasia's single matte shadows are the same formula level of blendability, but they're different formulas. But basically, like when I first got this, I talked about how I was sort of unimpressed, and sort of, one of these is in my little palette, which I'm using right now, so that's why that one's out. But you get them and you're like, these sort of seem basic, they're not life-changing, I'm confused and sort of disappointed. And then the more you use them and the more you compare them to other brands, the more you realize they are better at blending, and your eye look will be more blended out than with other brands. So to do an initial review on something, I've learned that you cannot review eyeshadow after 1 or 2 uses, because you really need to get to know the formula to either identify good qualities or bad qualities. Obviously, I'm not talking about like very clear, distinct problems. Like an example would be if you use a palette where the mattes are really horrible and there's no pigmentation. You may learn down the line that you like it better and different ways of using them, but if there's no pigmentation, there's no pigmentation. Like, you can't debate that. But I think for things like how blendable they are compared to others, and I'm talking about when you're comparing high-end brands, like very minuscule differences. Like my Becca Ombre Nudes palette is really good, but when I compare them, there's like these little, I'm talking about like if you took a microscope and were looking at my eye and looking at the difference in blendability, you could pick up something. But in general, they're both very high-end quality. So I'm not saying Viseart is like all the way up here and everything else is down here. I'm talking about most high-end brands are in this area. Viseart happens to be right here. So there's just this little amount of space. And so like Viseart and ABH are like this. To me, I have preferences for ABH, so it's a little higher, but not in terms of blendability, in terms of how it feels, the way that the way it comes in the packaging. Like, I like the circles better than the squares. I like that I can buy them custom. I like the quads that they come in. I think the packaging is nicer. So, like, little things that don't really matter. But, like, Becca, so those two are here. Becca's, like, right here. And it's just that tiny little difference where if you're used to using Becca or other ones, you're not going to notice right away that this is slightly above. You're going to be like, oh, it feels like it's like this. I'm really disappointed. And then, like, you slowly notice it is a little better. And these tiny details that might not matter to you, but I only notice them when I start using really dark shades in the crease, like this dark brown. If you're blending a dark brown into your crease, that's when you're going to notice differences. Or like, if I'm blending a shade like hot chocolate into my crease compared to, say, Urban Decay Punk, there's a clear difference in how well they blend out. But if I'm using like these browns compared to like light browns from the other two brands, I might not notice the difference. I do now because I know the difference, especially when I use the dark ones. So when I'm using the lighter ones, I can still see the difference because I've already recognized what it looks like. So all that being said, my point is, I got the Natasha Denona palette that I wanted. This is the number 2. I feel so bougie holding it. Also, they're made in Italy, and it's like, oh, they're from Italy. And I'm sure people from Italy are like, that's not, like, whatever, but, like, to me, it's special. It's not made in China, so. Oh my god. It's so pretty. Do you see it? So my point of all that is, so the main important part that I was getting to got cut out, but basically my point is I can't review these eyeshadows because I've used them twice, and I think that they have the potential to be as good as other ones that I have, like Viseart and Anastasia, but I don't know that, so any thoughts I give about this has nothing to do with the actual quality, it's just my initial experience.